Hello and welcome. My name is Diette and thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. Today, I'm upgrading my art supplies with a new set of Prismacolor Premier colored pencils. Let's get started. I don't use colored pencils too often, but I have in the past and would like to try and incorporate them more into my work. While I was waiting for the new set to arrive, I wanted to go through what I already had and organize. I had the idea to create a pencil case, but I didn't really know where to start. I thought I could use elastic to hold the pencils in place and include grommets so that I could use a 3-ring binder to contain everything. Pre-warning, I had no pattern to work from and just decided to wing it and see what I could come up with. I also had some thick black ribbon that I thought I could use as an anchor to sew the elastic to. I struggled for too long trying to get this to work and finally decided to abandon the ribbon idea. Instead, I just folded the elastic in half and sewed separators to where the pencil parent crayons should go. Once I got into a groove, this went quite smoothly. I didn't tack off any of my sewing ends so that I could still reverse anything that I didn't like. Once I finally figured out how to sew the elastic, I moved on to the fabric for the case. I knew that I was going to need to leave space to insert cardboard for some added support. I planned to build a total of 3 cases, anchoring these elastics to the case, maybe adding some decorative buttons. The first one was a bit of a trial and error, but it acted as my prototype for the other 2. Sewing the elastic to the fabric was a bit tricky at first, mainly because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't want to overthink it or worry about any kind of perfectionism, so I just quickly moved on to finishing the other 2. After sewing the fabric envelope, I added the grommets. Grommets are fun. A while back I had sewn an outfit kind of costume-like dress. It had all these grommets up the front in order to lace the corset. Yes, I made a corset, but that's a project for another video. I don't know why I enjoy making grommets, but I do need the practice for when I tackle my curtains. Finally, it's cute, but it didn't really work out as I hoped it would. The binder was too small, so I tried a larger D-ring, which was better, but overall I didn't like it. Despite all the work, I'm still glad that I tried it out. It was an alternative to purchasing a new pencil case for these older pencils. I had all these supplies on hand anyway already, so there was no out-of-pocket expenses. I created my own simple swatch grid in my sketchbook, and for each swatch I created a gradient so that I can see the range that's achievable per color. Yes, as you can see, I still have my old set from grade school. In fact, I don't think I've ever thrown any of my pencils away. Back in the day, the 24 set of Laurentian colored pencils were a school supplies staple. Reminiscing, I realized that I've not forgotten the color names. I did a little Wikipedia search just out of curiosity and discovered that they were discontinued in 2012. It wasn't until later that I discovered Crayola colored pencils. Their 24 set offered some beautiful blues and purples that I was drawn to, and they were a softer pencil in comparison to the Laurentians. I wanted to swatch the old Laurentians and Crayolas just for fun. As I was working with the new pencil case, I realized that I would just prefer a pencil box to house these pencils. It's likely that I'm never going to use them again, especially with the new ones on their way. At the very least, it was a nostalgic trip down memory lane. I chose Prismacolor Premier brand colored pencils because I have a few already in my kit and because the price value comparison. It was $135.97 Canadian for this set of 150 pencils. While there are other colored pencil brands that are comparable in quality and have great reviews, the price was very close, so I opted to purchase this set. I do feel like $150 is a bit excessive, and considering they layer well, you can essentially create the colors you need with a smaller set, but I wanted to treat myself to the full set, and they were a treat to work with. These pencils glide and the pigments are saturated with color. This is the full set, which includes neon, metallics, and a variety of grays. I did a quick turtle test sketch, but then decided to move over to the coloring book so I could practice a little more first. I really wanted to see what I could do with gradients, so that was the focus of this coloring exercise. The illustration. So before packing all of these pencil crayons back up, I picked out a few colors which will hopefully match my reference. Thus far, I've worked on this image using acrylic paints and the alcohol base markers. So if you haven't already watched them, you can check out those videos too. This time around, I'm not going to even address the background. I know from my previous attempts that I want to focus only on the flower. Because these are pencil crayons, I want to keep this on the lighter side and practice layering so the white of the paper is going to show through. I could burnish the color by using a lot more pressure, but I like that this depiction has a lighter touch. Overall, I'm really happy with the outcome of this. Without the background, it's even more noticeable that the bottom petal is cut off, but I'm okay with that for now. I like how delicate this looks against the white background, and it took about 2 hours to color, whereas the others took 6 to 8 hours from start to finish. I've purchased a new watercolor tin which has finally arrived, so please check out my next video where I'll be focusing on watercolor. See you next time, and thanks for watching.